Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel, Firefly Tarot. So for today's pick a card, I am going to be revisiting this topic that I did in the past. This is, what sign will the universe give you next? I will also, of course, try to get when, and I will look into what the reason for the sign is, kind of just getting some detail. Thank you to the viewer who did recommend this, and any other viewers who did recommend this. Neeson, I think is how you say your name. I said thank you in the Facebook group. Speaking of the Facebook group, if any of you want to add more topics there, I do have the list sort of compiled, and I will be checking that as I go along this year. So you can add any topic there. The Facebook group is linked below. So I'm going to show you each one, but before I get into the groups, I did want to mention that I have announced the winner for the giveaway of the free reading. I announced it in the community post. So I think you pronounce your name Rumi Shaka maybe. So please please check if I have replied to your comment. Otherwise, it's going to be lost in the ether. If you do want to sign up for the giveaway, you can do that below. I put it in the comments what to do. One last thing is we are going to be starting the Akashic Records readings. Well, I'm not, but we're going to be opening those soon. My friend Kayleigh and I are offering those, or she's offering those, but it will be linked on my regular booking site for my tarot reading. So that all of that information is below, but I haven't opened it yet because I have to still fix all of the details. So now I will show you the choices that we have here for today's pick a card. Should be a fun reading. It always is. We have here group number 1, the tingsha cymbals. I hope I'm saying that right. Okay, so this is group number 1. Whoops. Okay, that's group number 1. This is group number 2, the feather. I just said feather in the timestamps, but it's a turkey feather. Group number 2. Group number 3, I couldn't decide which bell to use, so I just picked both. We have first the pentacle bell. And then this little mini bell, I don't really have a name for it. This is both of these are group number 3. And then we have group number 4, which is the citrine crystal. Okay. So just take as much time as you need. As always, timestamps are below. And whenever you are ready, I will see you at your reading. Hey everyone, this is the reading for those of you that chose group number 1, which is the tingsha cymbals. I've always wanted to know what those were called. Finally found out recently. They're an excellent tool for clearing energy, and they just sound so relaxing to me. Spirit, please provide us clear guided messages for group number 1. Thank you. Okay. So, the sign, the synchronicity, the kind of nudge from the universe, or just something either small or kind of outrageously noticeable. Let's take a look here. Spirit, for group number 1, please, our tingsha cymbals group. Can you tell us what sign will the universe give them next? And anything about it we need to know. Universe, please, if you'd like to chime in as well. No pun intended. Spirit, universe, please. What sign will you give them next? Thank you. Whoa. Okay, your first card is the Ace of Wands. So this to me, I feel like is very obvious, but the way you're going to feel the sign, or I guess like perceive the sign, is through feeling. Okay, so I'm going to look into this in a very detailed way, but this is an obvious burst of energy that you'll be feeling soon. Okay, I do want to say that you may be receiving signs within the next few months. This one is the biggest energy burst that you're going to be feeling. However, you're not going to have to be too patient for this, but they did give me a time frame. They told me April. Okay, so I'm posting this February 1st. This is pretty much supposed to be a timeless reading, but if I'm giving you a when, You can even go back. If you're watching this in May, maybe it already happened for you. But they told me that this is going to happen around, they were very specific. For some of you, this could be happening around April 8th for some reason. If it is not the 8th, because obviously this is a general reading, it could happen anytime close to that. So that's kind of how I'll leave that. Anytime close to that. So this is in April. This could be more significant if you have a birthday around that time as well. I wouldn't really even call this a sign. I'll get more signs for you, but I wouldn't exactly call this a sign. This is really, I suppose it is kind of like a rebirth in itself. I'm getting butterflies for a second here. I don't know if they're being literal though. So they're showing me you as the butterfly being reborn. You're emerging from the cocoon, stretching your wings, and really feeling a sense of freedom and hope. I mean, that's just beautiful. I mean, I have no words for that. That's beautiful. I am kind of getting the colors blue and red as well. So again, I don't know if some of this is literal or just symbolic. Either way, it's an amazing message from the universe. So this is going to be a new passion for life. It could be a new passion for something creative, something regarding your overall, sort of zest and momentum for life, that kind of a thing. It really could be encompassing so much. But the energy is there. It's all the way up there to like a level 10 that you're going to be feeling at the time of receiving this energy. So yes, there's a chance that butterflies could be involved with that. But they just wanted to give you this message. The universe has that message for you, especially for those of you that may have been feeling blah and low and stuff. And again, this does not mean that you have to wait all of this time for this to come through. It is just that in that particular month and time frame, something really specific with your path is going to come through. I'm feeling like a fluttering of the heart as well, kind of like a quickening of the heartbeat. So something exciting is coming through, something that you've been waiting for, okay? So let's take a look further here. Spirit, universe, what sign will you give them next? Group number 1, tingsha cymbals group. What is the next sign, please? Next synchronicity sign, nudge, anything, message. Okay, we have King of Pentacles. They keep showing me these butterflies, okay? So I kind of feel like at this point, that is going to be a literal sign for you, a literal symbol for you. So here you are, kind of minding your own business, just sitting there. Your eyes are closed and you're not really paying attention until something kind of flutters into your view. I say flutter. So it could, yes, be some kind of a flying, any kind of a flying creature. It could be any kind of fluttering object. So the flying creatures, it could be a butterfly, a dragonfly, a hummingbird, any kind of bird, obviously. What else flies? Anything that flies. A moth even. The fluttering thing, it could be a leaf falling next to you on one of your shoulders, probably like your left side of your body. It could be coming down. A random feather could be falling from the, just from like floating around as well. It could be a piece of paper for some of you. It really is going to vary, but when it happens, you're going to know. This is going to happen next. This is the sooner one, and it will match up with the energy of whatever's happening in April. So if you're wondering the sign that's coming towards you in the very near future, if you're wondering what it means, that's what it means. It means it's connecting to this burst of fresh air and life force that you will be receiving. I'm trying to think there might be... I am also feeling for some of you, a smaller number of you, there's some kind of a rustling sound. Again, it could be something with leaves, but specifically they're showing me like some kind of animal that is shooting out from the bushes. So if you happen to be outside in a park and a whatever, that's why I said for fewer of you, because it kind of needs the opportunity for that to happen. Rustling and an animal showing itself to you. Yes, it could be popping out. I did see a rabbit, but I feel like it could be almost any animal. Again, it's a general reading, so like that should be interesting. Please let me know if that happens, because I love hearing when things come full circle. When I get that confirmation, I feel like it's really fascinating to me as a healthy skeptic to see what people say. I'm getting the color blue again over here. Oh, actually, wow. Remember I said before blue and red. I never noticed this before. It's right here. Never once did I notice the King of Pentacles little castle thing in the background. So we have it again, blue and red. So that might not happen in the same sign, but it could be something that you end up seeing either earlier in the day that you notice only after the sign happens. Of course, it could happen afterwards as well. I kind of doubt it will happen at the very same time, though, but it could, of course. So that is the next sign that you'll be receiving. Let's see a little bit more involved with why. Spirit, can you tell us why are they going to be receiving this sign? A little bit more of the Ace of Wands. They're telling me again the number 8. So for some of you, it was smack dab on April 8th, but others of you, it could be the number 8 in general sense. So it could be, I mean, I suppose it could be any month on the 8th, but I feel like it's something more than that. Some of you might have a life path number 8. Maybe your birthday's on the 8th. I guess it could be 8 weeks. I don't want to dilute that message, though. What else do we need to know? Ace of Wands for group number 1, tingsha cymbals. Okay, that's kind of freaky. The number 8 came out. I'm not hallucinating, right? We have 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that's number 8, strength card. That kind of blew me away. I love it. And then you have the High Priestess here on the bottom. Lots of blue there as well. Before this sign comes to you, I feel it here. Some of you might actually be healthy skeptics in a sense that sometimes you tend to question signs or your abilities, your intuition, your psychic power. If what I just said resonates with you, you may want to check out the reading. I linked it below, or I will, about your psychic ability, because you have a lot, but you kind of have to like open it. Just be open to it, rather, I should say. Right before this sign comes through, you're going to be feeling the opening of some of your abilities. Kind of like I'm getting this, like, you know, cracking open the shell. Like here we are opening the jar, something like that. Your abilities are heightening, are strengthening. Yeah, that's why your eyes are closed, because you're not actually expecting this to come through. So that's another reason why the Strength card is here, to say that something is strengthening, heightening. I see the blue mountain in the background. You see like that peak. It's almost like saying that your psychic abilities will be peaking, or your connection to divine and the universe will be peaking right around this time. And that's another reason why this Ace of Wands, it's that excited energy. You have so much to look forward to with your spiritual path, with your creative path, and in general, your path, because of this. So this is going to be so exciting. This time frame is going to be, I think, probably the most exciting since a very long time for you. Because you're opening. Remember, you are coming out of that cocoon. That is everything that I saw. Okay, so again, the number 8, like I said, whoopsie. Is there anything else that they need to know regarding signs? Is there anything else? I don't know if you guys need a little bit more convincing. You know, I'm that type where I needed more than just one sign that could have been perceived as a coincidence. I was like that. So universe and spirit took that into consideration and gave me signs that I was like, there's no way that this just happened, and it happened. Can you tell us a little more, please? What sign will they receive next, universe, spirit? Group 1, tingsha. Thank you. Alrighty. Well, we have the Tower. So I think that this is kind of the same thing. It's going to be something that is so intense that will kind of just like, okay, they gave me a sign or a phrase here. Some of you, I feel like this is going to be for only half of you. They use that phrase like either blow you away, blow your hair back, or blow your hat off, something weird. And I was like, okay, I think for half of you, it may happen, or something significant could happen on an actual literal windy day, where something just like kind of doesn't hit you exactly, but it certainly gets your attention. Again, that's not for everyone, because I am seeing some of you would prefer to have something that's a bit more obvious, you know. If it is not actual wind element or air element, This is just something that is going to kind of make you have a double take. You're going to have a little bit of deja vu. You're going to have a moment where even your physical body is kind of like in a moment of pause and shock. You're like, whoa, what just happened? So it's going to be a little bit of a physical thing as well. I feel like this is because your guides sincerely, they really need to grab your attention. They need to shake you, you know, and it's because, yes, it's only because they don't want you to miss out on any of their messages that they've been consistently filtering through. They don't want you to miss out. They want you to know, hey, we're here. This is real, and we are validating. We are confirming that. So that's the only reason why they're kind of taking these extra measures to get your attention. Yeah. All right. Some of you may even see a literal kind of a sign. This little thing here, I swear, it reminded me of that banner that I would see in car dealerships where it has that triangular banner thingy. Some of you, it might even relate to some kind of a party that you're going to be attending. So these little things, all I'm doing is I'm just kind of bringing it to the awareness. But again, the most obvious will be this, and the burst of fresh air feeling in April, and then the other one, much closer, will happen with that flying thing and that rustling thing. And again, maybe the number 8 for some of you. Is there any final message for group number 1 about the sign, universe, that you'll give them next, Spirit, or any other significant reasons why? Please. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, we have here the 6 of Swords. We have the Star. Can I have a few more, please? Or just get a fuller picture. Yeah, if you happen to just be outside, there is something really strong here with being outside. A sign could come through for you definitely when you're just kind of whatever, like in the park, nature walk, just kind of taking a little detour somewhere. There's definitely something here. I feel like it'll happen on a nice, bright, sunny day, where you feel that sense of, you'll feel almost like a tingling in the air. You might even feel something in your nose. Maybe it's like the air will smell especially sweet. You might even like sneeze, like, I don't know, it's kind of random. But they said something about that. And then over here, what's going on with this one? This one could be a little sort of a jingle from your higher self. Okay, so what's going to happen here with a good majority of you? Like they told me like 80% of you. What's going to happen here is your higher self is going to come through. And your higher self is going to tell you a very specific one-line message, maybe a little longer for some of you, but they're going to tell you something in clear as day. You know, it's going to be thought, but it's not like, I don't think you'll be able to hear it audibly, maybe, but it's probably going to sound like a regular thought coming from you because it's in your own voice. This is your higher self. So the way you can know if this is your higher self is that number 1, it's speaking truth, meaning it's not an emotional thing. It's not a biased thing. It's not even really positive or negative. It's just like flatline truth. This is exactly truth. It's kind of like you're going to feel that this just fits. You're going to feel that it's exactly relevant to whatever you needed to hear. So again, when that happens, just know that this is your higher self coming through and giving you exactly what you need to hear. You can see, again, there is this little bird here in the Star card. Okay. And yeah, and don't worry, like you might kind of feel like you're whatever, like imagining things, you know, but you're not. This is real. So again, let me know what happens here. So they're not giving us a new piece of information. The rest of what will happen after this April burst of fresh air, I feel like it's going to be obvious whatever's coming next. Again, this is just speaking about the entirety of your path, your spiritual path, and everything in between is your rebirth. So a new way of living entirely. Any final words, any final wisdom for group number 1? Thank you. This is so amazing. I mean, this is everything right here. I feel like some of you may not, you know, kind of resonate with that just yet. I feel like some of you are looking at me kind of like, what? You know what I mean? That's okay. It just know that very soon your energy is going to be rising higher. You're going to be vibing high, and you're going to feel that sense of excitement. You're going to feel that sense of passion. So it's coming. Again, if you're open to it, it is coming. If you don't want that for whatever reason, obviously, you know, that's up to you. But it is here. It is available to you. Okay, final message, please. Group 1. Thank you. Yeah, that's why I kind of said that. The opportunity is here. But again, this is the final little advisory here. If, again, for whatever reason, you either don't want some of this energy, you feel like you're not ready, you're not aligned, you're just questioning. Okay, so just think about that. Just do a little hermit reflection on this right here. And if you do want something new in your life, if you want the rebirth, the burst of fresh energy and ideas, then just ask yourself, okay, am I ready and willing to let go of what holds me back? Am I ready and willing to open up myself to things, even if it's not something I normally would be open to? Okay, so that's the final message, group 1. I feel like some of you didn't need to hear that, but for those of you that did, it's going to really make an important difference. Okay, so group 1, that's what I have for you. This was really fun to read. Please let me know about this, like if and when it comes through. I'd love to hear. So again, personal reading info below is below. If you're interested in the upcoming Akashic Records reading with Kayleigh, I will also have the info below. When you click on the link, it'll be on the Calendly site. All right, and if you resonated with this, feel free to subscribe, okay? I will see you guys next time. Thank you so much. Okay, bye-bye. Hey everyone, this reading is for group number 2, the feather, the turkey feather. So let's get into your energy. Spirit, can you please provide us clear guided messages for group number 2, our feather group? Thank you. Spirit and universe, please, can you let us know what sign will you be giving them next? And can you tell us any details as to why and anything else that they need to know, please? Okay, universe, spirit. What's coming next? What sign will you give them next, please? I feel a little almost distracted, only because when I was shuffling, they were showing me the turkey. They were showing me a very powerful, stern-looking animal. So I don't know if that's involved, but I will see. Okay, so Spirit Universe, what sign will you give group number 2 next, please? Thank you, thank you. What sign is coming next for them? Okay, we have the Knight of Pentacles. Let's see what else. I need a little more. What sign will you give them next, please? Spirit Universe, what sign will you give group 2, our turkey feather, next? All right. Interesting. So, yeah, we have Knight of Pentacles. So at first, things are going to appear like they are moving a bit slowly. And literally the energy slowed down. So if in the near future, could be a few days, weeks, maybe even a couple of months for some of you, you might feel that the energy is a bit slow. I think thankfully it's not a heavy energy though for many of you. I feel like it's just almost like even a peaceful kind of a slow tide for you, okay? At first, but then here is where your energy is going to be picking up. I'm going to figure out the sign here somewhere, but you got the 3 of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune, and then you have here the Knight of Wands. So you can see right there the energy speeds up significantly, okay, with that Knight of Wands. Okay, the number 3 could be involved with your sign. This sign, they're not telling me what the sign is first. They're telling me why you're going to be receiving this sign, okay, first. So you're going to be receiving this sign because you need some kind of direction to go through the door. They're showing me a door. So there is a door that you're going to be walking through in the near future. that has to do with the whole, not to sound intense here, but the whole course of your destiny. There is a chance that this could have to do with a decision. Others of you, it could just be something that you need to visually see, something that needs to be brought to your attention that you otherwise would not have noticed at all. So that's a lot. That's that's very big. Wow. That's why the energy was slow at first, because it needed to kind of, like build and gear up to tell me this is quite a significant change for you. So forgive me, I'm a little, the energy is a little slow. And again, that's on purpose. So let's see. They're building it. March. That's what it is. March. It is coming for you. I'm posting this February 1st. So some of you, this hasn't happened yet. If you're watching this after this point, you can still think back and say, if it came through, okay? And you can let me know. All right. But this is happening March. They're not really giving me an exact date. They're saying maybe March 1st through the 13th for a majority of you, okay? That's when this is coming through. Again, they haven't told me what the sign is just yet, but this is really exciting because, oh my God, there's so much movement. Like now it's just all bursting. Before it was almost nothing. And then now it's just all coursing through. So before it kind of felt like, almost like an hourglass that had a clog in the middle, and then the clog is gone, and then just the sand is just gushing through. That's what they're showing me. And it's interesting because there is actually sand literally here. If you happen to be in it, like near or around sand in that time frame, then that would be kind of cool because it will link up. But others of you, I that might not be the case. Well, obviously also depending on where you live in the world. But I thought that was interesting. They're still taking their time, so bear with me. That's not really something that usually happens. If you watch my readings, I kind of just let it all flow out. They're showing me this snake. They're really taking their time to make this snake really obvious. I don't think you're going to be seeing a snake in real life. Many of you probably won't be. Some of you could. I don't know. Could be something that's just around. But they're making a point to show me this snake, kind of just, making its rounds, slithering through the ground, and now they're showing me the vision of the snake lifting its head, looking up, and looking directly at me or at you. I'm not really getting a color. It's honestly flitting through different colors. The first sign, group 2, finally, here I am. Oh my God, this is a little, it's not scary, but it can be a little, it's a little unnerving, unsettling. The first sign, and this may not appear as a sign at first, so I'll get you more, is that someone or something is going to be making direct, intense eye contact with you. And I'm laughing because imagine if you're just out and about and then you just randomly see a squirrel staring at you, or a bird or a dog or a cat or anything. It could be a little baby staring at you. It could be an adult staring at you. So that's what I meant by it's a little unnerving. Around this time frame, which they said March, all of this was going to be coming through. But now I'm wondering if that particular sign and that nudge, it could happen sooner, okay? I mean, we have about a month? We have a month, and some change, yeah. I don't know when the sign will come through, but between now and that time frame I gave you, it will come through at any point. But they're saying that March is going to be, that time frame is going to be high vibrational and will tell you the rest of the story. I will get that for you next. But that is the first sign. Now, how bizarre is that? Let me take a second here. I love this topic so much. I have done it in the past. I don't know if you saw it. I don't know if you will feel called to watch that one because it may not resonate just now. It's only if it's natural that you want to watch that past one. But this is such an interesting message from the universe. It's bizarre. I mean, like I said. Okay. It's weird. Please let me know if that comes through because that's just, I can see it. They keep staring at me. Someone is staring dead at me, and I'm just like, okay, you can stop now. Spirit Spirit, universe, please, can you tell us more? What sign will you give them next, and what is the reason? What is the purpose, please? For group number 2, Turkey Feather Group, what is... Some of you, I'm getting the letter E. That could mean anything under the sun. It could mean that you happen to be near a person with that letter. It could be that you're looking up at a sign and there's like a very obvious letter E that you're looking at. Maybe it's in red. I don't know. It could be... And it could be even something that's on your person that you're holding that begins with that letter, or you knock your elbow into the wall. You're like, again, that one I know is broad, but if you look back after it happens, you may kind of notice that, but don't go looking for it, because it will, any of this stuff is going to happen naturally. So don't really overthink that one, because you know how that goes. What else? What is the sign that you will give them next? Some of you, I think for fewer of you, that E could have been a spirit guide, like someone with the first letter E of a guide. What else, please? Okay, so, yeah, so here it goes. We have the Queen of Swords. I do feel, now that I said that, it's interesting, and you have this communication card at the bottom. Queen of Swords may be a direct sort of a channel from a specific spirit guide for some of you. Because when I say universe, I suppose that could encompass like everything in between, which is, the messengers. Yeah, so they are saying here, Queen of Swords will be giving you a direct line of communication. How will you be doing this, please? Guide of group number 2. How will you be giving them this specific message, this nudge? There is a chance some of you, it could have to do with a bracelet or your wrist or your watch. I would assume it's something like that. All of a sudden you may get this feeling to look at your wrist. I am getting left wrist, but that I guess could sometimes vary, but they are showing me the wrist for some reason. Okay, so there could be something with that. Can you tell us a little bit more of what's going on? Some of you, if you happen to have some kind of a birthmark tattoo, some kind of a thing, that could be something there as well. Can you tell us a little bit more about Queen of Swords, your message? What's going on? What's the message? What's the sign? Let's see. Oh, the stern look on the face. This is the turkey. This is the same glare of the turkey, and the turkey was staring. Now it all makes sense. That's a guide. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that kind of gave me chills. This guide, I don't know if this is a once human guide, a family member. I don't really know how things work, but it could be an angel. It could be a guardian angel or something like that. This is a feminine energy, or at least they're coming through as feminine energy right here. You also got the Queen of Cups. Okay, wow. You know what they said then? It was literal, but it could also be this sort of figurative thing. You know how that phrase where you say, it was staring me right in the face and I didn't see it. Okay, so it's going to be something like that. There could be this thing that has been trying to get your attention, staring you right in the face for a little while now. And in this particular thing here, again, if I think the way that all of this stuff kind of works is like, if you're open to the signs, yes, they will come through. If you're not ready or you don't feel like you are open, then, take your time. But it's like that phrase goes, like miracles only happen to those who believe in them, or something like that. I forget the quote, but this is your guide. You have a specific guide who is saying, hey, I'm here. And if it wasn't E, it also could be A, because I think in some languages it sounds kind of similar. I don't know what language they speak, but yeah. So how will they know the sign when they receive it, please, other than what we've looked at? How can they know for sure? Guide and guide of group 2, universe, spirit, anyone else to let us know what's going on here, please. You are very close to this guide, or have been very close to this guide, which is why instead of the broad thing of the universe. You know, they gave you a specific channel here, which is this guide. Again, I feel like this is one of your angels. You have the Temperance card, this angel here showing through. Okay, so so we got a couple things already, a couple details, but I just want to get you a little bit more of how you can know that this is your guide talking to. I think I kind of maxed it out, honestly, though. They told for some of you that nearing around that sign, you will have something with the wrist. Not your hand, not your fingers, but the wrist specifically. Some of you, I hope it's not, anything bad, but like, or like something physically, if you have an injury, but there could be a little bit of pain and numbness for some of you as well with the wrist for no reason. So they said something about that. That's one. And the other thing was the staring. That was the number one thing of how this is going to be obvious to you, of when the guide themselves is going to be translating this message to you. Okay, so now what's the message? I think we know what the sign is already, and just, rewind if you need to take note on that, because I forgot what I said. It was the staring, the wrist, and I think there was one other thing, I can't remember. I said maybe something with sand. But here with the Three of Cups, this was the original card. I said, it would happen in March, right around that time. Yes, some of it can happen before. It's all going to be gradual. When it comes together, it will be in March, around that time frame I highlighted. Even for some of you, it could be right on March 1st, depending. So this is where you're going to be actually almost facing your guide, spending time with your guide. So yes, this could happen if you're actually meditating or doing something quiet like that. But I feel like it's also going to be your guide will make contact with you in some way. Again, I don't know how this works entirely, but I feel like you're going to feel your guide's energy within yourself somehow. So you're going to feel giddy and elated, joyful, like you want to laugh for no reason. Oh my God, that sounds, I told you before, it's a little unnerving. Some of you, if you're not, I guess, like if you're new to spirituality and something strange out of the blue, out of the ordinary happens, you probably think you're losing your marbles a little bit. I think we've all kind of experienced that, though. The most bizarre things have happened to me, and yeah, I thought I was crazy or just imagining it. But this is going to be your guide. Your guide is going to be making physical contact with you, which is really an amazing thing. So maybe they're grabbing you by I don't really think they would be an aggressive thing, but they're going to be like, their spirit is going to be almost like embracing you. They're going to be right around you or near you. I don't know what they do. I don't know if it's like in those movies where they pass through. I have no idea. But you're going to be feeling their energy. The reason it's going to be that giddy, bubbly laughter kind of energy is because this is basically joy and fortune. They're going to be giving you this feeling. Yeah, it's going to feel like an apparition, sort of drifting through you, and you're going to be like, whoo, So change in body temperature if for that moment could also be a thing that happens. They're really just wanting to kind of take hold of you and say, hey, this is me. I am here. And again, this has to do with your destiny. So let's say that you're going about your day, your week, you're doing the same thing that maybe you've been used to doing. They're going to come through and say to you, there's an opportunity to do something different that you didn't consider before, or maybe you did and you tossed it out. Right? And this part of your destiny, you're going to be going forward in a totally new way and new perspective. So for some of you, it could be something like, I don't know, it could be like a career change, a business idea. It could be relocating. It could be something with a creative idea, of course, like that's always a big one for people. It really could be anything. So whatever it is for you in your destined path, that's what your guide and, of course, universe and spirit, that's what they're all going to be alerting you towards, okay? So just be open to it. You don't have to look for it. You certainly don't have to look for it, because they're gonna make this happen. Anything else about the sign, why, and any other significant information? Any final messages for group number 2, Turkey Feather? Thank you. Yeah, the thing about the staring, some of you, if you're not around anyone and there's no opportunity for anything or anyone to stare at you, it even could reach you in stuff with images on them, such as cards, the internet, a book, or something like that. They did show me a book. It kind of looked like that biology book, like some kind of a science book where the frog was looking at you. So somehow, some way, someone's going to be staring. You got the Four of Pentacles here. Whether or not this is in the reverse, I feel like it's kind of saying the same thing. The Four of Pentacles. Yeah, again, they're saying the same thing. Just be open. That's all. Just be open, be flexible, be... just go with the flow with things. Final message, please. Thank you for group number... They won't tell me much about this, the Wheel of Fortune, but that's okay, because when this comes through, you're going to feel all of that energy really heightening. Hopefully the other pick a cards I've done in the past can give you more information, kind of like, okay, where am I headed? But you won't be worried about it. You'll have clarity, so you won't even really need to watch anything, unless, of course, you want to. So any final message, please? Yeah, Ace of Pentacles, okay? So again, it's the same thing. This is the opportunity for you. They are gifting you with this opportunity, with this cup of fortune, of love, of joy. They are gifting you. Oh my gosh, look at that. That's amazing. This is going to be an overflowing cup, okay? And it's not to say that you were closed before. Some of you may have felt closed or stuck or heavy, but others of you, it may not have been that at all. It may just be that you didn't notice. Maybe it didn't occur to you. Maybe, you know, this path, it kind of slipped through the cracks a little bit, but they are here to say this opportunity to enhance your life for the better. It can't be missed. So that's why they're going to make a point to really get your attention, okay? Whew. So thank you, universe, spirit, and guides of group number 2. That's what I have for you for today. I really hope it helped. If you like this, please feel free to subscribe, and do let me know below if and when this comes through. I'd really love to hear these stories. Any other info you need is below. Personal readings. We're going to be doing Akashic Records reading soon. Well, my friend will. I have to stop saying we. She's the one who will be giving these readings. If you want more information, it's coming soon on my booking site. Okay. Thank you so much, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Bye-bye. Hey guys, this is the reading for those of you that chose group number 3, which are the bells. Again, I could not choose between them, but yeah, you have your pentacle and your mini bell there. Bells can be used to clear the energy of the room. I never knew that back in the past, but they are very effective. Just in case you have stagnant energy in your home, open the windows. You can do the sage, but sound is also very healing. Spirit, can you please provide us clear guided messages for group number 3, our bells group? Thank you. Okay, so let's take a look at your energy. Spirit, universe, what sign will you be giving them next? Whoopsie. And why? What sign will you be giving group number 3 next? Our bells group, universe, spirit. Thank you. Let's get into it. This is always such an interesting topic. I mean, I only did it one other time besides today, but the specific stuff that they come up with in these readings, like the guides, it's really incredible. So please let me know if this ends up coming true for you. Okay, so group 3, you start off with the Fool. Definitely giving me that gold vibe, you know, just as your items that you chose. But let me get into the full picture here. So you have the Fool, and then you have the 8 of Cups. Okay. So this reading is about what the sign is and why. I kind of feel like they're telling you why first, which also happened in a different group. So what they're showing me here is movement. Of course, a new beginning, a new chapter, leaving something else behind. So that could be why you're going to be receiving the sign. But let's get more info. Universe, spirit, what sign will you give them next, please? Group 3, thank you. For some reason, you guys in group 3, I feel like the energy is not necessarily hesitant. It kind of makes me feel like this is really going to shock you, take you by surprise, very unexpected. Let's see if that adds up here. Can you tell us what the sign is? Universe, moving forward, what is the sign you will give them next? Group 3, thank you. Oh my, yeah, that's it. Okay, I'm going to pause for a second. This is going to be for a lot of you. If this does not end up coming through, please don't worry, and you don't have to look for it. But some of you are going to be receiving a message. And as I kind of suspected, being that you chose bells, this will be audible. Now, this is linking up to something that I heard just yesterday from a friend, right? And she said that, I don't know if she's watching this. She said that she actually heard someone calling her name or like saying like, what are you doing here? Something like that. And it can be scary when that happens, okay? So even she said that this is not a consistent thing, that if you hear this thing, it's just in that moment, it's a guide or a message trying to get through, right? Now, I do feel that this is going to be an out of the ordinary audible message, okay? I'm sorry if that's alarming to some of you, but again, it's going to be just like a not like a one-time thing per se, but again, as she put it, it's not like a consistent thing, okay? So you're going to hear something very clearly, audibly, and it may, yes, be a sound of an actual person speaking. If it is not a person speaking, it also could be any kind of other sounds. You know how like maybe you connect a little bit more with animals or with music or with, you know, whatever. But what they gave me, now it's not going to be the same for you probably, but what they gave me with this was someone kind of knocking at the door, okay? So that could match up for some of you because that's still anything audible, okay? So they said there's going to be an actual sound, kind of figuratively, I some of you literally, knocking at the door, okay? It could happen in 3. It could happen in like, you know, just like the actual sequence, okay? If it's a sound. If it is a sort of a more vocal thing, such as a voice or any other sound, there's a chance it could come through as a question. In her case, in my friend's example, it was a question. It was something like, what are you doing here? Or kind of like, I think she said it was because they were trying to guide her to go to sleep because it was 3 a.m., something like that. But this for a lot of you, for others of you, it could be a reflective question, okay? So it could be, I don't know if it's going to be sounding like you either because a different group got higher self, but this I don't think is your higher self. This I think is a voice that you may not really recognize. It could even be a masculine sounding voice, even if it's a female or, you know, just like any kind of masculine sounding voice. They're going to ask you a question, okay? This, I'm telling you, this topic blows me away. I really love this topic, the whole pick a card. These signs are amazing. So they're going to ask you something regarding just anything at all that you need to look at in your life, that you need to question. Could have to do with your sense of self-worth. Yes, it could have to do with the path that you're on. Yes, absolutely. But I think it's going to be more about you and your power, your persona, your abilities, your creativity, stuff like that. Okay, so they're going to ask you a question. Now, for a smaller number of you, it may not be phrased as a question because you've already asked yourself that question. So if they're coming through with further information, it would be to validate something that you've already pondered upon. Okay, so there's that. Now, the time frame of this is kind of all over the map. So I'm going to get more information. I don't have an exact one yet. Some of you, this could happen immediately. It could happen within the next couple of days. It could happen even today, whenever you're watching this, okay? All right, so let's see. The dog here in the Fool card, I usually do notice the dog just because it seems to me almost like a spirit guide. So some of you, it could be even barking. That's only for some of you. It could be a sound of an animal, like I said. And I have to just point out that if this happens to you, you might be thinking, what the heck? I don't have a dog. You know, I've heard that happen to a lot of people where they might see something, they might hear something. They're like, that should be nowhere near here. Like, where did that come from? You know? So that's kind of how you'll know. It's not as though it's something you hear every day. Like you have a neighbor who has a dog, maybe you have a dog. It's not like that. Okay, what else? What is the sign? Universe, spirit, what sign will you give to group number 3 and why? I like their reason why. They're your guide, whoever this is, the messenger from universe and spirit, your guide does have your back. They're a bit philosophical. If you guys happen to be, I don't know if you're an overthinker, you're maybe a philosopher at heart type of a thing, you like to spend time in solitude, even if you like people, if you love whoever's around you, I do feel that the purpose of this, again, is for self-reflection so that you can, they're showing me a glass. They're showing me either a magnifying glass, a mirror, or any kind of looking glass, something like that. And they want you to clear the fog of this glass. So yes, they're doing this for the purposes of your own self-discovery, enhancement of your abilities, and also I would add probably to clear some of your psychic centers, such as your third eye, your crown, or anywhere that you, I would say, communicate with your higher level beings, you know? Okay, what else? What's the sign? How will they know about the sign? And when, please, if you can tell us when, that'd be awesome. That might be hard to do. The other groups, it was okay, but this group, it's like, again, it's very much fluctuating. I think that's on purpose. Oh, and I did say in the beginning that it's going to be really unexpected, so unfortunately, you may not get a time frame for that reason. I think I may not be meant to tell you that part. Let's see if that's the case. Universe, spirit, what sign will you give group 3 next, and why, and possibly when? I kind of got a vague letter C for maybe half of you. So whether it's your name, someone else's name who happens to be around you, a guide's name, I'm not sure, but they did give me a vague letter C. You got the Ace of Wands, okay? Another group did get this as a very obvious wave of energy in their sign, but let's see, for you, it could be, it's definitely not the same. Is this pertaining to the sign? Spirit, universe, is this pertaining to the real? Yeah, you're going to be writing something down, some of you, on an actual, like a notepad, a piece of paper, a notebook, maybe a napkin, the table. Like, you're going to be writing something down. That's what they told me. Some of you are writing down a phone number or a type of number. I don't know exactly what it is. What else? That's not for everyone, so let me just take a look here. What sign will you give them next, universe, spirit? Group 3. If it is relevant that you are writing something down, you may have also received a phone call or some communication prior to writing this down. Okay? Some of you, that sounds pretty exciting because it could very well be some kind of a fortunate opportunity. Okay, so let me know if that resonates. And then you also have here the Empress. Again, I think I saw her before, right? And the 10 of Cups. This is really nice. Let me see why they gave these to you together. Okay, so how does this relate to the sign, universe and spirit? How does this relate? Let me just waft the energy. Hold on. I feel that some of you, I mentioned having some solitary time. I think that some of you, it's relevant that there's children around, family members around, animals around, that kind of a thing. And in this particular moment, I mean, I have to say, they are giving me a literal vision here, but that is probably more symbolic. They're showing me a round table. Okay, again, this may not be literal at all, but they're showing me a round table. Possibly it has some kind of a cloth on it. It's white. It's completely white, and I don't think that you're writing on the table directly. That might not make sense, but but there's a complete blank slate type of a thing, and then you had just received some communication from the outside world, from someone excuse me, in the outside world. So the table, the round table, could represent almost something like the world. Something is coming full circle for you. So I see a round white circle, I think of the full moon. So some of you, this may happen right around the time of the full moon, or whichever month you happen to be watching this in, okay? So there could be that. What else? So they did say for a lot of you, maybe like a good majority of you, 80%, something like that, 70 to 80% of you, these figures I'm getting, they did say something about a phone call, okay? If it's not a literal phone call, again, it could have been an email, something like that, where you were receiving this news. I do feel that this news is going to be very shocking to you. I felt like your heartbeat kind of, like your face is almost pale, and you're just like, oh my God, I can't believe that just happened. I can't believe this is coming through. So yes, again, I cannot give you the exact time frame because they want you to, they kind of don't want me to give a spoiler in a sense. They want you to enjoy this gift. It's almost like when a miracle happens, and it's just that sense of that it's surreal. So for many of you, they did say phone call. Okay, remember before I said it was something audible. So that could be together with that message. It certainly could be separate. The voice, the audible voice, could maybe for some of you be a real human asking you something like, hey, when can you blah, 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 blah. Like, when are you free to do, like whatever it is, like to come in, to speak about this. I do kind of sense a little bit of a meeting energy, sort of like an interview, some kind of a consultation, some kind of a, like it kind of reminds me, if it's not like that at all, it could be something where you got accepted for something. Like a person, this is the writer in me talking, but like let's say you proposed a thing to like a whatever, like a publisher, a company, a creative idea. It could be something like any other collaboration. It could be something like that. I am getting a hint of that energy. Okay. The Ten of Cups is just, I don't think they're saying about the sign. I think they're just saying you'll be around people, but you're going to be kind of in your own little world when this happens, or in an empty room when this happens. Is there any other important message for group number 3 today? What sign will you give them next, universe, spirit, and anything else? Any other messages for them here, please? So the other two groups got a little bit of a broad message of the purpose. Like it kind of affected their path in a general sense. For you guys, though, this is a specific thing that you have already put your energy into, your effort into, and this is going to be giving you that full circle, as I said, clarity. Any final messages for group number 3, please? Thank you, thank you. Yeah, they said something about a new chapter, okay? That this thing, whatever this is going to involve potentially a new chapter of your life, okay? Again, it's so exciting for you and for me that I'm actually kind of numb because I can see the shock and disbelief on your face, okay? So please do let me know if you feel called to comment and come back to let me know. I would be really happy to hear about that, to read about that. So the next chapter of your life, feeling a sense of belonging, feeling a sense of harmony and celebration, and even someone that you're celebrating with as well. Okay, so group 4. Oh, sorry. I said group 4 by mistake. Is that a sign? I don't know. But group 3, it's this 4 of Wands. Group 3, that is what I have for you. I'm going to leave it there, as this is really something. So please let me know. I'm dying to hear your news. So I will leave it there. Any other info you need is below. Personal readings coming soon. Akashic Records readings from my friend Kayleigh. And the free reading giveaway info is also below. Okay, so thank you guys so much. If you like this, please subscribe if you feel like it, and I will see you next time. Okay, take care. Bye-bye. Hey everyone, this is the reading for those of you that chose group number 4, which is citrine. So welcome group 4. Let's take a look at what universe has for you. Okay, so universe, spirit, can you let us know what is the next sign that you will give group 4 and why, and also when, if we can. The when is always going to be kind of a tricky thing. Let's see. So far, I have been able to get it-ish. Group 3 was ish, but the first 2 groups I did. So let's take a look for you guys. Universe, Spirit. For group number 4, citrine. What sign will you give them next, please? What sign will you give them next? Thank you. Group 4. Universe, Spirit, what sign will you give them next? Okay. You have the 6 of Swords. Okay. So I'm either going to get the sign of like what it will be or why. So I'm figuring that out as I go along. So 6 of Swords. I don't know if this is relevant. Some of you may have moved recently or will be moving or traveling in some way. If not, it could even just be moving away in a symbolic sense from something. But I know that's not the answer to the question, but let's keep going here. They just wanted to say that for some reason. That could be involving what the sign is for. Okay. Can you tell us what sign, Universe, what sign will you give group 4 next? Universe and Spirit, what sign will they receive next, please? Citrine, group 4. Everyone in the, I think it's probably just me as well, but it's been almost like a hesitation energy in every shuffle I've done. That's probably just me though, because it's such a fascinating topic. It's just a lot of power behind it. And yes, I have done this reading before, as I said, but only watch that old one if you feel really called to. Otherwise, I feel like it might not resonate entirely. Okay, so you have here the Strength card. You have the 8 of Swords and the 10 of Wands. Okay, so again, they did not give us a sign just yet. I appreciate that they're giving us this message first because they are saying that you are moving away from feeling burdened and trapped. Okay, so that to me is very relieving. And then you have the Strength card here. So your guides probably have been doing this from the beginning, where they have been giving you courage. Okay, so even courage or some kind of feeling of taking action, something that you've been really hoping for a long time, but maybe you just felt within yourself like you, for whatever reason, you didn't have the strength to do it, whatever it took, the courage. Maybe you just tried and the fear took over you, you know, and then for that reason you felt stuck. And then, of course, you felt burdened. So that's what this has to do with, okay? So I don't know if there is a chance many of you have already passed this point. I don't know. If you feel like you're still trapped or stuck, then the sign will come through. Either way, you're all going to be receiving it, but maybe for kind of varying reasons. What is the sign, please? What sign will they receive next, please? Universe, Spirit, group 4, citrine. Thank you, thank you. What's the sign? Thank you, thank you. All right, so we have the Fool. So this is good. The Fool is the very opposite of the 10 of Wands in my book. Look at that. The 10 of Wands is all of the burden. You can feel the burden on your shoulders. And then with the Fool, you're just free, okay? Now, the Fool card is part of the sign. Let me deliver this message slowly because it's kind of unfolding right now. Okay. It has to do with either the first, meaning like the first of a month. Actually, it's the first when I'm posting this. So it could happen for some of you right today. This has to do with either the first in terms of the timing, or it has to do with the first of something in a sequence of whatever it is that you're doing. So for example, some of you, it could be like your first day of a new thing, your first day at a new job, your first day of talking to a new friend, your first night at a new apartment. Like it could be really anything, but the Fool specifically said the sign has to do with quote unquote the first of something. It could be even like the first time you're trying out any new place at all. Okay, so that's something that they said. Again, what a unique message. I'm really interested to know after I do this, like let me know please if you feel called to how this comes through, because it's always different for everyone. What is the sign? What is the sign you'll be giving them next? Universe, Spirit. So you did get a sort of a lucky number 7. I will give you that one. 7. You got here the Chariot. So this is talking about movement. This is talking about direction. But there is a chance for many of you, maybe not 100% of you. The number 7 will be significant in some way. Okay. You got here the 5 of Cups. Let's see the message here. The sign here. What is the sign with the 5 of Cups, please? Oh, that's interesting. Some of you, this is going to be a literal thing. I don't want you to be alarmed. It is not a bad omen or whatnot. Some of you are going to accidentally, quote unquote, spill something on the ground or wherever. Okay. I hope that's not a self-fulfilling prophecy and I ruin your furniture, but you're going to be spilling something. And when that happens, you're going to probably do a double take because you're not going to expect it because we don't plan to do this, you know. So you're going to be like, oh, crap, like that's what she said. So something is going to be spilled here. And I never have gotten such a unique message before. So it's kind of weird, you know. Essentially, this is going to be kind of like your maybe a spirit guide who has spilled something, which is really interesting that they would take such a measure to get your attention, but they have done all kinds of things to get our attention, you know. Oh, the stories. I'm going to write about it someday. So something is going to be spilled, and right when that happens, again, you're going to have that moment where you're going to kind of freeze, you know, you're just going to freeze because you realize, oh man, like that's exactly it. Now, at that point, the next part of whatever happens, I suppose, depends on how you react to this moment. So again, and by the way, of course, this could happen just as like regular occurrences, you know, that spills happen all the time. But this is a specific one that feels like a bit out of place. You're gonna have a sensation. You might even feel it in your gut, a light, floaty feeling in your body. Some of you might get goosebumps. That's a very common thing. I do feel, again, like the gut. It feels like an airy bubble space within your gut. I don't know what that means. Your breath might kind of overtake you. Some of you, it's going to be paired with like sunlight coming in through a window, or sunlight just near you in some way. If you're outside, you know, that could be there. I'm getting really specific visions here. They're showing me the particles of dust floating through the air, how it does in the direct beams of light. They're showing me this. And I'm like, wow, I don't really know what to do with that. But it's just showing you entering almost a realm for just a moment. You're entering this little pocket of cosmos where you have an opportunity to directly connect with divine, with the universe, you know. You're floating. It's like you're suspended in time. That's what it's going to feel like. I know that's a lot to take in, but you'll know when you have that feeling, okay? So can you tell us a little bit more? What sign will you give them next and why? So in this moment, you could be receiving direction. They could be saying, hey, it's time to move on from something. It's time to start something. Again, all of this has to do with your overall direction in life, okay? Let's see what else. Is there a specific thing that this sign will tell them about? What else besides the spillage there? Because I don't think 100% of you, well, I don't know. What else, please? Just for group number 4, citrine, what else? What sign will you give them next? And why? Spirit, universe, thank you, group 4. Yeah, if you happen to feel just a moment of dizziness or like faint, feeling a little bit faint, and you're not regularly dizzy or faint, that's just, you know, minus the physical, this could very well be your sign, your guides. And as I said that, you did get accidentally, well, quote unquote, the Temperance card. So yes, angel. I didn't mean to do that, but I'm trying to get pop-out cards for you, but it did flip over, okay? Oh, okay. What's the sign, please? Thank you. What's the sign? All right. Magician. It's the same thing. They're for some reason they're still talking about the cup, or whatever it was that spilled. They're talking again about that spill thing. Yeah, so it's the same message. Is there an additional message? Is there anything else that might come through that they can know is a sign, even if it doesn't happen in that same moment? Spirit, universe, what is it, please? I feel like that's probably honestly it, but let's just see what else they want to tell you. Okay. They did say for a smaller number of you, again, if it's relevant, they did say travel again. But this may not, again, this may not be you. It could be you or someone that you're very close to. They said something about travel. So if that's the case, they could be indicating a time frame. So if it's you or someone close to you that is going to be traveling at a particular time, or moving, traveling or moving, they're mentioning that this whole nudge from the universe is going to happen around that time. Or I guess for some of you, it could be happening during the period of travel, but I don't really think for everyone, or I feel like the other message probably resonate more. Alrighty. What else? What is the other sign? What is more signs that you're going to give them next? Anything related and why? Thank you. You got the Temperance card again, okay? And I kind of think this is cute. Look at what the Temperance card is holding. It's the cup. That kind of makes me smile real big. I'm just like, wow. They ultra confirmed that for you. Your angel in this card is literally kind of spilling something or pouring something from one cup to the other. I think that's amazing, okay? And you can see here in the background that they have the light. So as you can see, they don't really want to give you anything further. Again, just you don't really have to think about this. I don't want you to be nervous every time you're pouring a drink into a cup. Just go about your day. Just relax and let this flow. But I am going to see if there's any other things. Another part of the sign, let's say separate from that spill thing, yes, again, was the feeling within your, I guess, like your solar plexus in a general sense. But it's not a painful thing at all. Some people get signs through like physical pains and stuff. This is going to be a pleasant, bubbly feeling, okay? Can you tell us a little bit more? Anything else they need to know? If it's not a sign, what else do they need to know, and why this is happening? They said something about quiet as well. If you have been experiencing a lot of noise, whether it's in your environment or within your mind, in this time frame, things are going to be unexplainably silent for a little while. Either for example, you're going to have the house to yourself, the office to yourself. There's going to be, if you're driving or something like that, it's going to be like an empty road. You're going to be like, where is everybody? Something like that. So they're telling you, in addition to the spill thing, they're saying that this time of your life, in those couple of days, or in that one day maybe, that there's going to be quiet from all of the, noise. Okay? I thought that was a very peaceful thing for them to give you. Okay, and we have here this is a very specific one, kind of a cute message here. You have the angel again in judgment, and then you have the Six of Pentacles. So this is for very few of you, though, but some of you are going to be receiving an actual little object in your hand, like a token. So in this card, it does look like some sort of coins that they're giving to this person. If it could be anything that jingles. It could be coins, it could be keys, it could be oh boy, what else jingles? It could be anything really that just makes that sound, or a piece of jewelry. That's just such a funny message. So they did say that something is going to happen in that moment where everything is going to be aligning. So again, all of this oomph of this message, this energy stream, is going to happen on or around that time frame, in addition to the other thing I said before. Okay, so you're going to be receiving something in your hand. Your hand is going to be open first, and then you'll be receiving something. So specifically, I saw the open hand. Okay, so Judgment card, yes, does have that, obvious trumpet thing, that this person is receiving the sound. So I feel like actually you guys may regularly receive messages through either sound, you know, your clairaudience, maybe your visions as well, your clairvoyance. So they're not really saying too much about that, but they are mentioning just a little thing right now about dreams. So if that's the case, I want to get something. That's like a bonus message, though. It's not relating to this, but it is important. So let's get, are they going to have a specific dream in the near future that is part of the whole grand scheme of this message, please? Thank you. Judgment card, please. Thank you. Yeah, I am feeling for some of you. You're going to get a visit in a dream. However, some of you, if that does not resonate, it's because you already received it. And it may have happened a while ago. What they showed me was a vision of someone coming to you. Let me see. It was a visitor. Someone, and this is in a dream, but not a brain subconscious. Well, it's a long story. It's going to be a high vibrational dream, a vivid one. Could be astral projection for a lot of you, where there was a visit. Someone came to you from a high place, literally and figuratively. And they showed themselves. They're either in a door, could be a window, a door or window, or some kind of a, I don't know if it's like if that represents like a portal or something like that. But the person is approaching you and you're speaking to them directly, even though you may not recognize them at first. Okay? So either you've already experienced that or you will, and it's going to be, you're just going to be blown away by this, this dream, because it's going to be so obvious in communication. Okay, it's not just your imagination. Yeah, okay. Anything else about that dream thing, please? Anything else? Definitely destined communication right there. I don't know if it's from a guide or from maybe a close loved one, because it is touching the Six of Cups, okay, like a soul connection or something. Queen of Cups, there we go. Yeah, it could be someone highly psychic that is reaching you in this dream. Yeah, an empath, someone very loving. That even could be your energy too, but I feel like it could go both ways. This is definitely going to happen when you're not fully conscious. So either a dream or daydream or meditation is when you're going to be receiving the visit. So I'm happy that I got that, because like I said, for some of you, it may not be literally an actual dream. It could be something, anything in between. Okay, so that's what we have for you. Whoop, that was okay. Don't worry, these were good cards. You have some victory there, so that's really great. Okay, so Spirit, Universe, do you have any final messages for group number 4? What's this about? What's going on? Why are they receiving these messages? Please and thank you. Yeah, well, you are receiving all of these messages because this is all about your future. So you do have the Ace of Pentacles here. And again, you're having the thing here that you're receiving in your open hand. You see, this is more of a confirmation, I feel. So you're opening. So, but in this case, it is something that is more symbolic. You're opening your hands, your heart, and your soul, everything, to receive goodness, okay? Maybe in the past you did not feel open to receive these things. Maybe some of you felt afraid. Maybe some of you did not feel worthy. Maybe some of you just didn't feel ready, but you will be, okay? So again, that is what this whole thing is about. And like I said, it's about your future, and it is about change. It is about transformation. So that is what your guides are getting at. That's what the universe is getting at. They want you to take this opportunity to really realize your potential, to actualize your potential, and to guide you to this transformation. Again, if you feel like, no, I'm too tired, I don't want that, I've already transformed, I've already done all the work, I've already done everything, I would say, like, your guides, they're not trying to troll you here, they're not trying to just put you through the ringer for no reason. They're trying to tell you you have this potential, and that anything else that has not been working for you, you're right there, you're so close, and they're coming through to make sure that, like, they're just pushing you the rest of the way. They're being a little bit more assertive now because you're so close, okay? So that's why. Yeah. Alrighty. So group 4, what a reading. That is what I have for you. I have to leave it there. please let me know if this comes through, because this is really, really interesting, okay? If this did resonate, if you enjoyed this, you can feel free to subscribe. All the info you need is below. Personal readings coming soon, Akashic Records Reading by Kayleigh, and the free giveaway as well. Okay, so thank you guys so much. Sending you so much love and blessings, and I will see you next time, okay? Take care. Bye-bye.